Hello and welcome to our continuing series of Lent Readings for 2023, considering people who encountered Jesus. Today it's day 12, and I want to look at someone today who is unnamed in the Gospels, but he comes with our well-known request, and that is to bury his father. Though this is a well-known story, there is actually very little detail given. The whole thing comprises of just 28 words across 2 verses, and it comes in the context of Matthew highlighting the cost that Jesus places on discipleship. So I'm going to read just a couple of verses earlier, start at verse 18, but really we're focusing on verse 21 and 22. So from Matthew 8 it says, "When Jesus saw the crowds around him, he gave orders to cross to the other side of the lake. Then the teacher of the law came to him and said, 'Teacher, I'll follow you wherever you go.' Jesus replied, 'Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head.'" Then from verse 21, "Another disciple said to him, 'Lord, first let me go and bury my father.' But Jesus told him, 'Follow me, and let the dead bury their own dead.'" Our focus is on that second person, the one who comes to Jesus and requests that he might bury his father before following. Outwardly, that request would seem quite a reasonable one. After all, we give people compassionate leave for such circumstances today so that they are able to organise a funeral, sort out some of the paperwork that comes with such things, as well as mourn the loss of a parent. Great emphasis was placed at that time on the duty of children towards their parents, including overseeing the funeral arrangements. Thinking of it this way, Jesus' reply would seem quite harsh, saying, "Follow me and let the dead bury their own dead." Why would he do that? The answer may likely revolve around the fact that, as far as we know, the man's father was not yet dead. What he was probably saying was not, "My father has just died, is it okay if I bury him first and then come and follow you?" But more likely, "I will follow you once my father has died and I've secured my inheritance." I think this is likely to be what's happening, considering the context of the verse beforehand, where the teacher asked if he could follow Jesus, and Jesus replied, "Foxes have dens and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head," emphasizing the lack of material comforts being enjoyed by those who were following Jesus. This would-be follower is focusing on securing his material future, and in doing so he's putting his eternal future at risk. By saying "let the dead bury their own dead" suggests that his father was not a follower of Jesus. He was spiritually dead. Did the man want to remain with the dead or walk with the living? Instead, he appears to want to have a plan B, just in case his commitment to follow Jesus didn't work out the way he had hoped. He could always opt out and rest in the security of his father's settled inheritance. What Jesus was saying to him was, you need to make a choice. Follow, find life, and place your eternal security in the kingdom of God, or stay with the spiritual dead and place your security in the things of this world. That is the same call that Jesus gives to each of us. It is a call that challenges us over our priorities and where our security lies. Remember what Jesus said about this at the Sermon on the Mount earlier in Matthew. Matthew 6 from verse 19. "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, which moths and vermin destroy, where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasure in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart is also." Until next time, have a blessed day.